A ver. Importante. Vale. Raro. Entonces, a ver, tengo que cargar el ordenador. Eso se me ha olvidado. Vale. Entonces, bueno, para empezar, yo querría saber si tenéis alguna duda. Antes de nada, si tenéis alguna curiosidad sobre el examen o sobre las clases de inglés jurídico. Y así, según lo que yo os vaya contando, os puedo resolver las dudas. Y si no tenéis ninguna duda, podéis poner no. y así no espero. A ver, de momento ninguna. luego tiran surgiendo, ¿no? No, puede empezar. Ah, vale, genial. Esto es otra opción, ¿vale? Que realmente podéis escribir en el chat o podéis escribir donde... Bueno, realmente escribís en el mismo sitio, solo que si le dais al botoncito verde, se escribe en el chat. Y si le dais al botoncito rojo con una interrogación, me sale un apartado de preguntas. Y entonces yo luego voy y le doy a X y quito la pregunta. ¿Vale? Mejor empezamos y dudas al final. Bueno, de todos modos, si os van surgiendo dudas o lo que sea, o me queréis comentar algo, o queréis levantar la mano y yo me di cuenta, pues os puedo dar voz, ¿vale? Porque siendo así 6, podemos hacerlo así perfectamente. A ver. Pues voy a hacerlo así directamente, así me podéis ver. Bueno, otra cosa. Algunas de vosotras, si os inscribisteis en el sorteo de la beca, ya me pusisteis bueno, qué examen os gustaría preparar, pero ¿me lo podéis recordar? Así tengo una ligera idea de si vais a por Foundation, Higher, Advanced. Si nunca habéis aprendido inglés jurídico y tenéis un nivel intermedio o nivel medio, como se dice aquí en España, empezaréis por un Foundation. Si tenéis un nivel B2 y sabéis algo de inglés jurídico, iréis a por un Higher. Y si queréis ir a por todas, haríais el Advanced. Foundation o Higher depende de la prueba de nivel, ¿vale? Entonces eso ya sería cuestión de que habláramos y tú lo dirás. Pero bueno, ahora os voy a explicar cómo van los niveles y cómo se puntúa, ¿vale? Para que tengáis una ligera idea de lo que queréis. Y Estefanía, Diana, Laura. Laura creo que era Advanced. Vale, Estefanía me dice que Higher. Y Laura, ¿me puedes confirmar si era Advanced? Ah, vale, genial. Fenomenal. ¿Me falta alguien? Bueno, luego tenemos a Gus, que lo veréis ahí en el chat, que solamente me está ayudando, ¿vale? Por eso no participa. Que sin yo ya le habría dicho algo. Vale, entonces, yo os había dicho que esta sesión iba a ser en inglés. ¿Vale? Y para empezar y para que os acostumbréis a mi acento y tal, lo vamos a hacer todo en inglés. ¿Os parece? Y si tenéis cualquier duda, pues me escribís en el chat, ¿vale? Si hablo demasiado rápido, si hay algo que no entendáis. ¿vale? Perfectamente me lo decís y voy más despacio, lo que sea, ¿vale? Okay. Alrighty. So, many of you have this question. So, you might not have told me earlier, but many people ask me, which one is better, Cambridge Advanced or TOLES Advanced? Or just any test of legal English skills? Now, what do you think? I'm just curious to see your opinion. What do you think? Do you think it's better to have the Cambridge Advanced certificate, or do you think it's better for you to have a certificate of legal English? What do you say? Both. Both. All right. Well, the fact is, many people prepare both. Yes, or sometimes maybe you've already had some classes of English, and then they've taught you everything you need to know for Cambridge Advanced. So you have taken the test. Now, has any of you done any Cambridge examinations? Either Cambridge First or Cambridge Advanced or PET? Either of them. Have you taken any of these exams? Let me know. Okay, Anna, hello. I didn't see you there. Okay, Anna, so you've taken the Cambridge Advanced. Yes, and now I guess that you want to take the TOLES Advanced. Yes, but do you know what's the difference really? Or which one's better? Well, my answer is if you're a lawyer, you need to test your legal English skills. Yes, for other professions, then yes, get Cambridge Advanced. Yes, but for you, since you're a lawyer, you're going to need legal English. So that's why, in my opinion, it's better to take the TOLES. But let's see. This is the points that you can get from the TOLES Foundation, Higher, and Advanced. So we have the foundation. Yes, and this means that if you score from 40 to 100, you can get a level of English from B1 to B2. If you take the TOLES Higher and you pass, which is around 40, your level of English is from B1 to C1. And if you take TOLES Advanced and you pass, which is at 40% again, 40% would mean that your level of English is B1. Around 60%, 50% means that your level of English is B2. 80%, your level of English is C1. Yeah, that's the advanced. And C1 plus is like the maximum, is the maximum score. Yes. So independent of the exam you want to take, what do you think is your level of English right now? You know, B1 is pre-intermediate, is like the English you learn at school. B2 is an intermediate level. C1 is the advanced. So what level of English do you think you have? B2, near Z1. Okay, near C1. You think B2, intermediate. Okay, that is B2. Okay, this means that you could start doing preparation for any of these. Okay, or if your level is B2, you could take the TOLES Advanced, but you would get a very low score. Yes, but you would still have your Advanced. Now, I wanted to compare these to the Cambridge examinations. And this is my comparison, right? If you take the PET exam, which tests your skills from B1 to B1 plus, this is what you get. Yeah, you look at B1 level. If you take the first exam, your lowest score is going to be a B1. Your highest score is going to be a B2. If you take the Cambridge Advanced, your lowest score is going to be B2 and your highest C1 plus. Yeah, now they say that if you have a very, very low score in the Cambridge Advanced, they kind of give you the first certificate. They don't really give you a different certificate, but they say that your level is lower. So you see the difference, right? I mean, there are 3 different exams, but they're for 3 very different levels. Whereas in here, we can have 3 exams, but depending on your score, it shows that you have a different level. Yeah, so I think that this is something really good about this exam. Okay, up to here, everything clear? Can you understand me well and everything? I need to know. Okay, maybe you're completely lost. Just let me know if I don't make any sense. You know, the worst thing about this is that it looks like I'm talking alone. And I don't like that. Because when I usually have my classes online, I can hear everyone in the classroom. So I feel like I'm just talking nonsense. So let me know. All right. Now, another question is, what is the exam format? Do you know anything about the exam? No, right? I mean, you're new to this. Let's see. So in the foundation exam, we have a reading and writing. Well, actually in both. Yeah, we have reading and writing in foundation, higher, and advanced. The only difference is that for the advanced test, we have a listening part. Yeah, and you might say, why only in the higher? Well, that's what they chose. All right. Now, this means that you have to do a lot more listenings, and you need to be more careful about educating your ear to understand English. Yes, but they assume that if you take the advanced exam, you know what to do in here. Yeah, they assume that your listening skills are good. Now, for those of you who know about the Cambridge examinations, you may be surprised and say, how come in the TOLES we only have reading and writing, and in the advanced, for example, you have 5 papers? Yeah, in the Cambridge Advanced, there is reading, there is writing, there is use of English, there is listening, and there is speaking. Yes, I'd like to know why there is no oral exam. Okay. I tell you why. Thing is, if you're taking either of them, or more the advanced, they take for granted that you know how to communicate, because there are some parts in which you need to do a lot of writing, and you need to write as if you were talking. I don't know if I made myself understood. But you need to be able to express yourself. Yes, and they assume that if you know how to express yourself in paper, you would be able to do this orally. Yeah, so really, I think pronunciation is something very important, and this is something that they test in Cambridge. But if you prepare for the TOLES examinations, usually you attend classes. And if you attend classes, this means you're going to improve your oral skills as well. Yeah, so I don't think it's so necessary to test oral skills in here. Yeah, it's more a matter of being able how to communicate. It doesn't matter if it's orally or written. All right, so it seems that we only have reading and writing for foundation and advanced and the part of higher, but you're also being tested on use of English. Yeah, so it is very complete. More, what are the topics? Yeah, this is something I really like. I don't know what you think you're going to learn when they say, oh, legal English. What topics do you think you need to know about when you talk about legal English? Any idea? I want you to write some answer. I'm just curious to know what you think you're going to learn. Any ideas? Terms used in contracts, prepositions, collocations. Hey, Paula. Hi, Paula. Pancakes. Goose. What are you saying, pancakes? You're crazy, man. Okay, Stephanie, a proper way to communicate with clients regarding legal issues. Ooh, I like your vocabulary there. Terms used in court, okay. How to issue a claim. Paula, you're Paula, my student Paula, right? Yeah, okay. Because there was another Paula, but since you said prepositions and collocations, I got you there. All right. Yeah, well, Paula is doing a foundation course with me right now. And every time I tell her, so today we're going to do a revision of prepositions and collocations, she goes like, again? That's the worst part for her. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to show you about the topics. Oh, this is very small. Well, if you want to see this bigger, I think that you have a magnifying glass, una lupa, okay? And you can make this bigger if you need to. I don't know if you need to do this. The thing is, I cannot see it, so I'm just going to check it here on my phone. Okay, so these are different topics that we'll learn in the preparation for the TOLES examination. In blue, you can see litigation vocabulary. Yeah, so we learn about litigation and civil law. What is litigation? I'm asking you now. This is a question. Do you know what litigation is? The process? Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's a process in civil law, we would say. Well, it's not really a process, it's a procedure. Okay? So it's everything that happens in court. Yeah, how to make a claim and what happens about the parties. Okay. Okay, so basically it's everything that happens in court. Yeah, so this is a big part of the foundation exam. Yeah, it's not so big in the higher and advanced. Then another big topic is contract law. Okay, so you got it right there. I cannot remember who said contract law earlier. But yeah, contract law is a big part of this. Yeah, and what you have to learn here really is terms used in contracts. You have to know about, clauses and types of clauses, and also how to explain what you find in a contract. Yeah, I think that this is something that you wished you had learned at university, but they never told you about. Let me know if that's right. Like, at university you learn about contracts, but then no one is bothered to say, oh, this is what it means, and they don't usually tell you in clear words. Yeah, in regular English or in regular Spanish. Yeah, not even English. Yeah, right. Okay. Something else we we learn about is business and company law. Yeah, this is very interesting for people who are in the international law area. They find this very interesting. Yeah, business and company law. I don't know if this is some of your interest. Is it? Do you know anything about company law, or maybe do you specialize in company law or international law? Let me know. Only from TV series Suits. Okay. Okay, well, that's some vocabulary. That's something to practice. Yeah. Okay, you want to learn that. Okay, Sandra, so I'm glad that you would find this part interesting. Okay. Okay. Now, something else. These are some small parts. Okay, I went with the big parts first, which are civil law, contract law, and business and company law. Yes, but there are also some small parts. Okay, we have vocabulary of loans. Yeah, this is in a unit called the language of banking. We have some vocabulary about intellectual property, and we also have some about real estate. Yeah, so this is something you need to know. We also talk about employment law. It's not very big, but sometimes there are questions about employment law. And something else is the law of tort. Now, the first time I say today we're going to learn about the law of tort, everyone goes like, huh? What is that? Have you ever heard about law of tort apart from Paula? Because I know she has. Law of tort. I read it in the chat, law of tort, in case you cannot see it. Have you ever heard about this law of tort? Responsibility. Okay, yes. So it is called liability. Yeah, responsibility is like the informal word. This is called liability. Yeah, and this is an area of law that is particular of the UK and the US. Yeah, in fact, the other day I was talking to an American lady, and she was asking me, so do you teach legal English? And I said, yeah. And what's your favorite part? And I said, law of tort. And she goes like, what's that? And I had to explain to her what law of tort was. Even, she has been living in the US all her life, and she didn't know what this was. Yeah, so the fact that you live there doesn't mean that you know about law, right? Okay, something else. Something else you will learn. We're going to learn about how to write letters. Yeah, I'm sure that if you studied English, you've been writing letters all your learning years. Yes, but this is how to write formal letters, how to write letters of complaint, how to write letters to clients. Okay, so it's more or less formal letters. okay, that are focused on, you know, legal vocabulary. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, Esther, I have to leave. Okay, yeah, I will try, Stefania. I will try. I hit recording earlier, but I don't know if it's recording or not. So bye-bye. Don't worry. All right, so something else you will learn is how to, how to explain contracts. Yes, this is a big part of TOLES Advanced. Yeah, there is a part where you have to say with your own words what a clause in a contract is. Yeah, so this is something very big. Now you will also learn about common law. Yes, I don't do comparative law. Okay, I only teach you some things about common law, some things that are interesting or some things that are different from our system and that are important to know. Basically, if you ever work with a client who is international or who is from the UK, from the US, they're going to ask you to compare some things because sometimes they just don't understand. And even sometimes Spanish people do not understand about common law if it's different. You will also learn about how to have a conversation with a client. Yeah, and how to communicate with a client. And also we will learn about precedents. Yeah, does any of you know what a precedent is? Maybe Paula, you know what a precedent is? What is it? Jurisprudencia, yes. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so these are previous cases in court. Yeah, that's a precedent. So what happens in common law is that if there is a very important judgment, it becomes law. So we learn about some of these, which is quite interesting. Now, we looked at the topics we need to study and some things that we also learn, but how important are each of the parts in the exam? Yeah, this is something that you need to know. Now, in TOLES Foundation and Higher, almost half of the exam are questions about vocabulary. About 30%, I think it's about 30%. Let me check that. Yeah, it's about 30% is comprehension. It's either reading comprehension or listening comprehension in the higher. Yes, you will find questions about, well, text that you need to answer questions, and you have true or false exercises. Yes, and you have to understand texts. You will also have exercises related to meaning. Yeah, this is either you need to find synonyms or you need to find similar words or you need to explain what some legal words mean. And there is a 10% of prepositions. Yeah, it seems like it's not a lot. The thing is you will find prepositions in vocabulary, in meaning. Yeah, so really it's in everything. All right, so that's why it's so important to learn prepositions and learn how to use them correctly. Yeah, prepositions are usually a nightmare for students. If not, Paula can tell you about it. Okay, now in the advanced, you will see that there's something missing. Yeah, what is missing in the advanced? We have the comprehension part missing. It doesn't mean that there are no texts. It just means that they don't actually test particular things, like a true or false, or answer the questions about this text. Yeah, because you find all these in the meaning part. Almost half of the exam is about explaining terms in contracts. Yeah, so you need to know a lot of vocabulary to be able to do this. Yeah, also vocabulary, meaning. And again, about 10% of it is about prepositions. Now, how long does it take to prepare for the TOLES examination? Any idea? Or I don't know if you know about this exam earlier, or if you want to prepare for it. How long do you think it could take you to prepare for this? Now that you know about everything you need to study, everything you need to know, everything you need to practice. Just give me a guess. 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years. 4 months. 4 months, yes, you could do it in 4 months. It's possible. And how many hours would you study per day to do this? Per day or per week? I don't know. Any idea? Would you study 1 hour a day? Maybe Paula can tell you how many hours a day she studies for it. 1 hour and a half per day? Yeah, it could be. 6 hours a week, Paula? Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, more or less 6 hours a week. Now, I did some calculations, and let me know if this is about right. From Monday to Thursday, yeah, a couple of days. All right. I don't know if you could see, but this is more or less what I think someone would study well, for this exam. Yeah. I can tell you for one-to-one students like Paula, we're doing the course in over 4 months. Yes, but for groups, I like to do it over 6 months, because in the classes, we talk to each other and stuff, and we just don't have so much time in the class. So I thought that students that attend the 6-month course will have 2 hours of regular classes every week. Yeah, for example, Mondays and Wednesdays, or Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, and this is 2 hours a week that are always there. Then you have to add hours of self-study. So I guess at some weeks you're going to study around 2 hours, because you have to do homework, right? And practice what you've learned. So maybe some days you study 2 hours, maybe some others 2 hours and a half, maybe 1 hour. I don't know. It just depends. Depends on the amount of homework that you have, or if you feel that you need to revise more. And then in this course for groups, we're going to have office hours, and this is going to be 1 hour a week. Yeah, so 1 hour a week we join together in a webinar like this. Well, it's not going to be like this. It is a classroom where we can all talk at the same time. Well, not at the same time, because this is crazy, but we talk one at a time. And we talk about things that may have not been clear in class. All right, and this is 1 hour a week. So in total, we have 4 hours of self-study that you can have over 6 months, 44 hours of classes, and 22 hours for further clarification in office hours. Now, this is if you attend classes. Now, what is it like if you prepare the exam on your own? Now, I tell you, like the first month, you're very excited. Yeah, you're very excited, and you decide, okay, three hours per week. Then you get very excited. You start to study more. Da, da, da. Then suddenly you realize that you have to take the exam, and you start devoting a lot of hours. Yeah, and plus, if you're attending university or if you're working, sometimes your timetable is not as you plan, right? What happens here? You go crazy. Yeah, you go crazy because you cannot study everything in 1 month. Yeah, it's just so difficult. So you need to have a schedule. Yeah, you need to have a timetable when to study, and it's always better if you attend a course than if you study on your own. It's going to be much more easier, I tell you. More things, the material. Have you heard of any material to prepare for a legal English exam? Maybe you've heard about the ILEC, which was the Cambridge examination of legal English, which you cannot take anymore. But their books are really good. Maybe you heard about that one. Well, in our classes, or every center that prepares for the TOLES exam, we use this book. It's called the Lawyer's English Language Course Book. Yeah, this is a book where you can find everything you need to know. Yeah, plus the people from TOLES are the ones who wrote this exam. So the exercises, the text, they're all very, very similar, and they included absolutely everything that you need to know, which is great. So if you want to prepare on your own, go ahead and get this book. Now, you can also have practice papers for TOLES. Yeah, there is one book for foundation and higher, and then there is one book only for advanced. Yeah, and they include 4 or 5 exams in each. And this is really good practice as well. Now, Paula, you may know about this, but in the classes, I always include exercises from this one. Yeah, right. Okay, next, let's practice. Yeah, I said that we would do some little practice. Okay, so you can see more or less the type of exercise, and I want you to participate. Okay, so if you have some paper and a pencil or a pen, I would like you to write down your answers. Okay, because you're going to need them. Okay, maybe some words that you learn now. I want you to write them down, because then you will see how many words you have learned. Now this is, I don't know how long we're going to take. Okay, maybe this is going to be half an hour or so. But just let me know if you need to go. All right. So there is there are some exercises that are that test vocabulary, but they do not give you a context. I will give you an example. So we have 4 words, and you have to choose the one that does not correspond to the group. Yeah, in this one we have shares, sue, proceedings, and litigation. So make a guess. I don't know if you know the meaning of all of them, but make a guess. Which one do you think does not belong to this group of words? Yeah, you can write it there. Just go ahead and write it, Laura. Shares. Okay, yeah, shares. The other words, sue, proceedings, and litigation, they belong to civil law. Yeah, to the area of civil law. Let's do another one. Tort, damages, consideration, negligence. Which one does not correspond? Consideration. Okay, consideration does not belong. Okay, we have tort, damages, and negligence, and these are words from the law of tort. Yeah, that we already said that it has to do with liability. One more. Recitals, parties, definitions, resolution. Which one does not belong? Definitions, resolution. You doubt? Okay, so these are the parts of a contract. No, not the parts of it. Yeah, well, yeah, the parts of a contract. Recitals. Oh my goodness, we just need someone that says parties. Okay, well, this one was not the best. Okay, we have in a contract, you can find the recitals section, the parties, and the definitions. Yeah, resolution is not a word that you can find there. Okay, in section 4, we're not going to do this one because it's going to take a long time. Okay, now there are more exercises about use of English. Yeah, that test grammar and they test prepositions. So I'm going to show you first one of grammar. In the foundation exam, you have some sentences, it's usually 5, yes, and you have these sentences, and they tell you that there is a mistake. It's either a word that is extra, or a word that should not be there, or a word that is wrong. And maybe you have to replace it either with something else, or something is wrong with the word. I'm not going to tell you now. So if you look at sentence number 7, what's wrong in this sentence? Just write the word in the chat. Proof. Okay, proof. Yeah, so proofs is wrong, right? It has an extra S, and the correct word is proof. Okay, what about 8? Please inform me of any amendments you want to do to the contract. Do you see anything wrong? You want me to do? Well, but there's only one word. Sandra, you're gonna go and circle everything in the sentence. Yeah, you only have to mention one word that is wrong and that you would need to change. And this is do. Okay, it is do. Now the correct word in here would be to make. Yeah, because you make amendments. Yeah, you make amendments. In sentence 9, they settled the dispute out of the court. What's wrong in this one? The. Okay, the. Correct. They settled the dispute out of court. I would have needed to ask you which the, okay, because we have two, the dispute and the court. All right, but it's the second the. Well done. Another one in foundation. They give you 2 pairs of sentences. They're very similar, but their only difference is a preposition. Well, one of the prepositions, okay, because some of them have more than one. So in this pair, in 10, I act on behalf of the defendant. I act on behalf for the defendant. Can you write A or B? Which one you think is wrong? Well, actually, you have to mark the one that is correct. So which one is correct? I act on behalf of the defendant, or I act on behalf for the defendant? Okay, so Laura says A. Yeah, this is the correct one. Well done. All right. Now, we look at an exercise from TOLES Higher about prepositions. We have here an extract of an agreement to hire. Again, this clause is called limitation of liability. Yeah, limitation of responsibility. Now they give you a short text, and you need to put the prepositions that they give you in the correct place. All right. So I'm going to read the text, and let's see how many you get correct. This is just for fun, okay? I'm not judging your English right now. Yeah, I just want to know if you would do this correctly or not. So you can go ahead and do like 12. I'm not gonna say like 12C or 13C, 14C, 15C. Okay, so you tell me only the letter that you think the preposition is. We have the company shall be relieved all liability for costs and obligations incurred by the hirer and any other party. The event that fulfillment the company's obligation, this contract is frustrated. It doesn't really matter if you don't understand now what this is. Okay, just a matter of, knowing which prepositions go in which place. So I give you a minute, okay? I give you a minute so that you can write your 12 and then your answer, 13 answer. Okay, or just do like Sandra says, DCBA. Okay, let's look at the first one. You said the first one is D. Well, we have all of them here. Okay, so the company shall be relieved of all liability. Okay, so D, that's correct, Sandra. And any other party in, that's C, well done. Fulfillment of, wait, this one is, of, oh, so the first one was off. You said D, sorry, I got confused. You said D of, I'm confused. You said D, C, B. Okay, I get this wrong. Well, fulfillment of, the preposition was not even there. Sorry, that's my fault. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Okay, this one should have said of. Again, sorry about that. The company's obligations under. Okay, that is A. Well, sorry about that, Sandra. This answer was not even in the options. But well done. Well done. Then there is another exercise that tests vocabulary, but this time within context. So we have 3 words in here: to retire, strike, and resign. Yeah, all these sentences are about employment law. But they're words that you should know. I mean, if you studied English recently, I say recently because you may remember better. Okay, but these are words that you usually learn at school. So let me know again. Let me know again about your answers. We have to from your job means to inform your employer that you want to terminate your contract of employment. Okay, Sandra, this is to resign. Yeah, well done. The age at which people usually retire from work is 65 years old. Okay. The employees were so unhappy that they decided to, yeah, I didn't include this one, to strike until the managers agreed to pay more. Yeah, well done, Sandra. Okay. This one is from Higher. Yeah, and again, it's a short sentence where you can just choose one of these 4 options. According to contract law, an offer can end due to of time. This means that too much time has passed since the offer was made. Lapse of time. Okay, well done. Lapse of time. Okay, now this is again another text that you have some options. Yeah, I'm just going to pass this one. Okay, now there is in the listening part. This is something that they don't do in Cambridge. Okay, but they give you a long text with some gaps that you have to fill in. The thing is, you're going to hear the text, but sometimes it's not so easy. Yeah, because really you have to spell the word correctly, and sometimes that's not so easy. So I'm going to read this extract, and you have to tell me which word I have said. Yeah, apparently this is easy, but the text is very long, really. So let me get the text. Where am I? Hold on, 53. Oh, there you go. Many employees are now taking legal action against employers on the ground that they have been discriminated against because nationality or religion. Who got the word? Did you get the word? Grounds, okay. On the grounds that they have been discriminated against. Yeah, the grounds are the reasons why someone starts a claim. Well done. Okay, then remember I told you about an area of law that not many people know about, and it's particular of England and the United States. Remember? What is this area of law? Tort, okay. So the law of tort in here exists in order to compensate a person who has suffered as a result of a civil wrong. Lawyers divide torts into two heads. Yeah, heads are categories. And let's see if you know this vocabulary. I'm just going to test you now. You should know this vocabulary in Spanish. Okay, if you know it in Spanish, just tell me. It doesn't matter if you don't know the word exactly in English. So negligence, which is a breach of the duty of care. To land, which involves entering someone's land without permission. Do you know this word? If you enter someone's land without permission. If you don't know, what, I just skip to the next one. Trespass. Okay, nice, Laura. Trespass to land. Well done. I thought you wouldn't know. This is trespass to land. Okay, the next one, that is interfering with someone's enjoyment of their land or house. Yeah, it involves, for example, when you have noisy neighbors, and you can make a claim against your neighbors because you cannot enjoy the peace in your house. Any idea what this is called? Nuisance. Okay, Laura. I'm very surprised that you know this vocabulary. This is a very good sign, though. And the last one is the tort of publishing or saying something that damages a person's reputation. I have a course in university. Okay, that's cheating. No, that's good. I'm glad. So what is the last one? You publish or you say something that damages a person's reputation. Any idea? Defamation. Okay, and then depending if it's written or if it's spoken, it's called libel or slander. This is just extra information. Well done. Okay, well, up to here, do you find it easy? Do you find it difficult? Do you find it okay? Do you think you could take a test like this without studying anything? What do you think? It's difficult. Okay, so even if you knew these words which are from the advanced exam, yeah, even if you knew this, you still think it's difficult. And this is only like little extracts from the exam. You can know these words without studying them. That's right. I mean, there's no other way. It's a matter of reading a lot, reading about contracts, reading about litigation a lot, and you can only learn this vocabulary if you use it. Yeah, it's very, very important to do that. Okay, something else. Okay, let's continue. We have one other part, yeah, that is about meaning corrections and explanations. Well, we're just going to do like one little exercise of each. Yeah, one for foundation, one for higher, and one for advanced. Yeah, it should take us around 5 minutes. Are you in a rush or something? Because I said this would be about an hour, but it's 8:30 already. Do you have to go, or can I keep on doing this? I have to go very soon. Yeah, well, you told me that you have a kid, so I also have a baby. I don't know if you can hear him, because sometimes he screams very loud, and I really don't know if you can hear him. Okay, so we have here an extract from a contract of employment, and some words are underlined, and they give you some synonyms, and sometimes, and other times they just give you a little definition. Okay, so this one says working hours. You will be required to work additional hours from time to time to enable you to carry out your duties properly. You should not be entitled to receive any additional remuneration for work outside of your normal hours. I just read really badly because I had the numbers and I couldn't read everything. So you have here the meanings or some expressions that match these words. We have the right to do something, extra or more than normal, over the limit of something, do, perform, and payment. So if you can take a minute to write your answers, or just go one by one. So just go one by one. What is the synonym of additional? B, okay, so extra, more than normal. Okay, what is the synonym of to carry out? To do or to perform. Okay, D, well done. Entitled. Entitled means you have the right to do something. Okay, Laura. Remuneration. E, payment. That's right. And last one, outside of. Okay, see, over the limit of something. All right, well done. Okay. Now, we're going to look at a part of higher, which is letter writing. Yeah, you usually have very long letters, okay, but I just got a little extracts. So they give you a letter with some words underlined, and you need to give a correct alternative. Okay, so in this one it says, "Dear Mrs. Diana, I'm worried about the process of using the civil court to start off a legal process. Should I prosecute the other party? Sincerely, Emily." So the words that are underlined are not used in a proper way. Would you be able to tell me why this Mrs. Diana is wrong? What's the way to address someone in a letter? Without Mrs. Okay, so if it's an informal letter, yeah, maybe this lawyer is your friend. Okay, so if she's your friend, you would say, Dear Diana. You're right. But what if she's not your friend? What if she's your lawyer and you're talking to your lawyer and you want to be respectful? So if you want to say Mrs., yeah, after Mrs., we use the last name, not the first name. Yeah, so it would be something like, Dear Mrs. Hopkins. Yeah, if this is her last name, we would say, Dear Mrs. Hopkins. Now, there's a lot of controversy with Mrs. Because you can say Miss or Mrs. depending if she's married, if she's not. Yeah, but this is a whole other issue that we're not going to look into right now. Now, the next thing you need to change is using the civil court to start off a legal process. Yeah, this is an explanation of what you want to say. And the alternative would be either a word or an expression that is shorter. Can you think of any? Sewing, okay. I'm worried about the process of sewing. Yeah, but sewing is not a process. Now, I just tell you now, instead of to prosecute, because prosecute is a verb that you would use in a criminal court, not in a civil court. Instead of this, you can say to sue. Yeah, should I sue the other party? This one, yes. But then the other one, using the civil court to start off a legal process. Yeah, a synonym of this, or another way to say this, would be to issue a claim. You can issue a claim, you can start proceedings, you can make a claim. There are about 5 ways of saying the same thing. Okay, so this one really would have multiple possible answers. And the last one, should I sue the other party? All right. Now, the advanced one. And this is the last exercise we're going to look at. And it's the most difficult. Yeah, this is an extract of another contract. Yeah, a contract for the sale of goods. And this is cancellation. I have to go, please send me the recording. Okay, I will send it to you. I will send it to you, Laura. Bye-bye. Sandra, sorry. Bye-bye. All right. So, Laura, I think it's you. Yeah, it's you and Paula. I don't know if Paula is still there or if she fell asleep. So, we have this contract for the sale of goods. And this is a cancellation provision. It says any purchase order issued by the purchaser or any part of the purchase order may be cancelled by the purchaser at any time before title to the goods passes to the purchaser. This is a contract, yeah? How beautiful is a contract? With a very, very long sentence. Yeah, typical legal English. Now, what you have to do in this exercise is to try to explain with your own words what this clause means. Yeah? And I'm going to give you a challenge. Okay? The challenge is to explain with, I wrote my option here, with 15 words. I think I lost it, but I think I could describe all this in 15 words. Laura, do you think you can do this? And Paula as well. Yeah, you can also you can also do this if you think you can. Let's see. Well, since it's only us 3, maybe you can talk, Laura. Would you like to talk? And tell me? I'd rather not. You're so polite. That was very polite, Laura. It's okay. You don't have to talk. You're not very sure about this one. Okay. If it were easier, maybe you would talk. But let's see. It's just a challenge for fun. Is this a typical question? Yes, this is like one of the most important questions. In fact, you have a very see. I can even show you. I mean, I have the book for the advanced tests in here. I can show you what it looks like. There's a question that is number 59, and you have 3 clauses of a contract. Yeah, like this, like the whole page. And then, just for you to have an idea of what this is like, they give you 4 pages to answer the question. So they really want you to explain everything in detail. Yeah, and this is worth 75 points. Yeah, it's 75 out of 300. Yes, but still, this is a very typical question. Yeah, describing what goes on. You have to explain them with informal words. Yes, you have to explain it, to explain this as if you were doing it for a friend. In fact, I tell you, I tell you the question, what it says. It says, look at the following contract clauses. Explain the meaning of each clause in a way that will help a friend who speaks English but who is not a lawyer to understand that clause. Yeah, you should use a modern, plain English style and briefly explain any legal terminology. So if there is any terminology that you may think some person that doesn't know anything about legal English or about law in general wouldn't know, you have to explain that. The advanced is very difficult. Well, thing is to try. I mean, if you think about it, it is more difficult to explain with advanced words than to explain with plain language. Do you want to try? And I chose a very easy clause. Yeah, because there were some that were quite difficult. No idea? Paula, you should try. Okay, well, what does it mean? Just try to read it once for yourself, and maybe you can, I don't know, you can tell me. Well, first thing, do you know what it means? Because maybe that's a problem. Maybe I'm just going too fast. Do you think that the problem in here is the vocabulary? I'm sure that you know the words in here. So let's see, a purchase order, it's just an order. I mean, you buy something, and then this is an order. The purchaser, what's another way to refer to a purchaser? This is someone who purchases something. This is a buyer. Yes, a buyer. Then we have a part of the purchase order may be cancelled by the purchaser at any time before title to the goods passes to the purchaser. So a purchaser or the buyer can cancel the order before they have the goods. Okay, I see that you wrote something, Laura. You can change or cancel your what? Okay, so you can change or cancel what you bought or the condition of the purchase whenever you want until you actually own the good. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I said 15. You have like 25. So you can still reduce this to, you can change, you can change or cancel your order, or you can change or cancel what you bought before you own the good. And this is even less words. But very well done. Okay, you tried. Very well done. This was my answer. Okay, this clause deals with cancellation. Yeah, that's just a clarification. The buyer has the right to cancel an order fully or partially before receiving it. Yeah, so you can cancel it fully or partially. Yeah, you know, this is something typical. Once you see the answer, you say, oh, of course, I could have said that. All right, well, this is all. Yeah, this is all that I had for today. That's all, folks. All right, do you still have any other questions about the TOLES examination, Laura? Or Paula, maybe now you have even more questions. I don't know. What are the dates of the exams? Well, actually, today there was an exam. Yeah, November 24th, there was an exam. The next exam is in January. I think it's January 21st. There is also another exam in March. And after this, in June 21st or June 22nd. They're always on a Thursday. They're always on a Thursday. And I don't know, Laura, where are you from? Or where do you live? Santander. Santander. I'm not sure if they have a center in Santander, but maybe the closest one might be the one in Asturias, which is mine. Yeah, maybe. Yep. So the thing is, if you can travel to take the exam, that would be great. Yeah. If not, well, after you do a course with me, I always give a certificate of completion. Yeah, it's only a certificate that you have attended the classes, but it's not the official certificate. Yeah, so it would be great if you could take the exam. Any other questions you have? How long is the exam? I said at the beginning that for foundation you have 20 minutes. For higher, it's about 60 minutes and 40 minutes, the listening. And the advanced is 90 minutes. Sorry, 90 minutes? Yeah, I think that's what it said. Let me just check, because I told you at the beginning and I forgot. Oh, 2 hours. 2 hours. It is 120 minutes. No, it's not that long. Yeah, considering that if you've taken the advanced certificate, this is like 5 hours. Like you can take the whole day, right? This is awful. So this is only 2 hours. Thing is, you have to prepare yourself to be able to do all the tasks correctly in 2 hours. Yeah. Now, how much does the exam cost? Laura, I can tell you that it depends on the center. Yeah, because we're free to set up our own fee, but they usually go from 160 to 200. So the cost is really very similar to the advanced examination. Have you got any other questions? And also, you would have to register 1 month before the date of the exam. Yeah, this is something to take into account. Because if not, if you miss the deadline, you cannot enter the exam. So the parts of the exam are not divided during the exams. We don't have any breaks. No, not for the advanced. They just give you the paper, and you've got 2 hours to organize your time. Yeah, because if you want, you can start with the part of describing the contract. If you think you're going to take a long time and you want to do it really, really well, then you would start with this part. Or if you prefer start with the vocabulary, it's up to you. It's up to you, really. So you need to organize your time. This is good or bad, depending. But for you. Okay, well, the thing is, before taking the actual exam, you practice on your own, so you kind of know how much time you take to do each of the parts. Yeah. Now, Laura, would you like to know more about my classes? Do you want me to tell you more about it? How many hours a week? Okay. You know what? Since it's only us and there's Paula, which I don't know. She's already my student. I don't know if you want to join another group. Yes, but since it's you and us, maybe you can talk now, so we can just talk about it. Y podemos hablar español ahora, si quieres. A ver, te he dado para hablar contigo. Si quieres hablar conmigo, claro. Si no. O si quieres en otro momento podemos hablar por teléfono o como, o como quieras. Vale, Laura, creo que te oigo. Vale, sí, sí, te oigo bien. Pues, a ver, son 2 horas a la semana y luego los sábados tenemos otra clase, que es la clase de Office Hours, ¿vale? Que es cuando nos conectamos todos y, bueno, nos conectamos todos los que tengan dudas, ¿vale? O todos los que puedan en ese momento. Se pueden conectar y hablar sobre los temas que igual no hayan quedado del todo claros. Entonces, son 2 horas a la semana, dependiendo del curso. Advanced son lunes y miércoles de 8 a 9. Bueno, 8 y media, 9 y media, de hecho. Lunes y miércoles de 8 y media a 9 y media. Vale, bueno, no sé si miraste algo bueno, sobre la información del curso, pero claro. Bueno, entonces, no sé. Hmm, no sé qué más te puedo decir. Bueno, sí, en realidad sí que hay una cosa más. Que, bueno, de hecho, por haberte quedado hasta el final, y por ser la única que se queda hasta el final, aparte de Paula, ahora te mandaré un cupón, ¿vale? Que te puede hacer un descuento en el curso, si finalmente te apuntas. Vale, y ya está. Entonces el curso es del 8 de enero al 21 de junio. ¿Vale? Para que lo tengas en cuenta. Y las clases para Advanced eran lunes y miércoles de 8 y media a 9 y media. ¿Vale? Y bueno, que si tienes cualquier otra duda, aquí estoy, ¿vale? Que muchas veces parece como que tengo la página web y os escribo por la newsletter y parece que no hay nadie detrás, pero que soy yo. Vale. Nada, perdona, Laura. Adiós. Bueno, bye bye, Paula. See you next week.